the best things for you to eat, and trying new foods can often be frustrating when you're trying to lose weight. And I know it was for me. Trying to figure out what I could eat, how I could eat it without having something that was a dry cardboard box and something I definitely didn't look forward to eating was a challenge. And so right now, even in my life, 10 years now of having 100 pounds off, I still eat a pretty high protein, lower or moderately low carbohydrate diet with moderate levels of fat. I still like to enjoy my food. I like fish, I like chicken, I like turkey, and I've incorporated those back into my diet. I like vegetables, and I also like sweets, so I'm gonna try to help y'all out. While we're talking about food, I'm gonna mention a company that I actually subscribe to, Love with Food, which allows me to try organic and natural snacks every month for a very low price, and I really like it because I get to try new things and I'm showing them to y'all. Inside you find delicious and new stuff like seaweed snacks. These are like my favorites this month. These were so good, I basically ate all of them on camera, but I'm not gonna show y'all all of that. In this month's box, I also had a zesty snack mix, midnight brownies, which I had already tried these because they came in the box before. Amazing, and generally lower in carbohydrates than any cookie you would probably be able to eat. Nice small package for a treat. I also got something more to satisfy my sweet tooth. These Monterey cherries and also some kettle corn chips. So good, y'all. These veggie chips also come in handy, and granola bars that are absolutely delicious. The cinnamon honey and roasted coconut chips were so good, and the smoothie to go. There's always a lot of savings coupons in my boxes as well, and I love subscribing to Love with Food because they give back. Every box sold equals a meal given to a food bank, so you can know that your money is going to something positive. There are 3 options for ordering a box if you should like. There's the tasting box, the deluxe box, and the gluten-free box. The deluxe box comes with 16 to 20 items. The gluten-free box comes with 10 to 12 items, and each one of them is under $19.99 a month. And international people that watch, you all get a special deal, $3.99 on the shipping of your box for a limited time. And also, if you check my links below in the info section of this video, you will get 25% off of your first deluxe box. So go ahead and check it out. Let me know if you get Love with Food boxes, and when you get yours, let me know how awesome it is because you're going to like it. So I'm not a big breakfast person, but I want to show you all some of the breakfast items that I eat, usually after workouts in the morning. I've mentioned this smoothie before because it gives me life in the morning. Yes. I use my Dimetized ISO 100 protein, a little bit of silk cashew milk unsweetened, about a scoop of that protein, a half an avocado, a half of a small banana. I put in a little bit of spinach to your taste, some frozen broccoli for some texture. Mix that all up, y'all. It is heaven in a nice little container. You get energy, you feel good, and you are ready to conquer your day. As far as other breakfast ideas, I keep it really simple. So I really like avocado, egg, and turkey bacon over whole wheat toast. And I usually just take about a half an avocado, a few pieces of turkey bacon, and just a small piece of whole wheat toast, and you're good to go. I also like scrambled eggs with asparagus and feta on top. It's exactly what it sounds like. You don't need much, maybe 2 eggs, a few asparagus spears, and then simply put feta or even goat cheese over the top. The last thing is wraps. Yeah, that sounds like a lunch food, but salmon, cucumbers, and avocados over lettuce is really good for breakfast, and it gives you a high level of protein and even gives you some roughage for your morning and energy. And now it's time for some lunch ideas, which these can also work for dinner ideas, so don't limit yourself. I love ground chicken breast and also ground turkey. I usually use about the 85 to 93% lean version. Man, they are very cost effective and anybody can get their hands on them. So I usually season mine with a little bit of curry powder just because I like the taste, a little Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, a little pepper, a little salt, and you good to go. Mix it up real good, prepare it how you like. And then plan out the sizes of your burgers. I like for mine to be about 4 ounces each. To make sure you're on track, use a simple food scale. I put the link to the one I use below. I just got it off of Amazon for about 15 bucks. So I enjoy using something like a George Foreman grill or a Health Zone to cook down my meat. Basically because it's easy to use. You can use it in like a dorm room. You can use it any place where you reside. It's safe, it's easy, and it's fast. So that's why I like it. I like to make sure that my meat is cooked completely and thoroughly and that it's the way that I like it. So there's many things you can serve with this. I like taking my same grill and preparing some asparagus on it. I love asparagus. Not only is it high in fiber, it leaves you feeling good. It's good for your day, and it also provides you with a low level of carbohydrates, again, in the form of fiber. So I really like those for a low carbohydrate diet, and if you're really trying to shed a lot of fat pretty quickly, you can prepare them how you want. I also like to use some spray butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Spray is so delicious over that. Another one of my favorite higher in fiber, lower carbohydrate vegetables is cucumbers. I use cucumbers just like I use potato chips in the past. That might sound weird, but they are absolutely delicious. So try them out just as a side. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I also use my low carb wraps. So like here you see that I've paired the low carb wraps with the cucumbers and guacamole to serve with them like chips. I also just took fresh spinach and put some sliced strawberries over it. Sometimes this suffices instead of having to have a whole bunch of dressing over your salad. It just gives you a slight pinch and taste, a little bit of sweetness to your salad as well. Also, if you would like, instead of the wrap, you can use romaine hearts to wrap your meat. Now, why I'm mentioning cucumbers is because they're like my favorite snack of all time. I usually also take cheese, and I usually take individually wrapped cheese sticks so that I don't go overboard with eating cheese. And I simply cut it up and put it over the cucumbers as a snack. I usually sprinkle just a little bit of salt or pepper over it just to give it a little bit more taste. But there you have another wonderful low carbohydrate snack, and you're not eating bad chips that are not good for you. You can also serve this again with guacamole or any kind of dip that you like that's pretty healthy as well. I also like to package these in my everyday packing planning containers. I place links down below to where I got mine, which is Amazon. I love these containers because they've lasted me a while and they haven't given me any problems. Look at the links below and you'll see the exact ones that I have. But also, you can just pack these up in a regular Rubbermaid or whatever type of container you have because they keep very well. Now, the next one is one of my favorite meals ever. It is my Greek yogurt chicken salad. And basically, I just used lean cranberry, celery, chobani, unsweetened plain yogurt, the olive oil mayo, salad toppings, or just like walnuts or pecans, and also your choice in the type of chicken that you want to use, canned or rotisserie. So to start, I just chop up about 2 stalks of celery. That's all you'll need. And then after that, I put in my chicken breast. Remember, you don't have to use canned chicken breast. You can use chicken that you've cooked and cut up, and rotisserie chicken, just as long as you chop it down fine enough that it's easy for you to eat. That's all. I just mixed that up together, and then I also put in lean cranberries because they're 50% less sugar, so they still give me that sugar kick without too much sugar, and they reduce the amount of carbs I'm having. I like salad toppers from Kroger's because they have like the pecans and the cranberries mixed together. I put in just a little bit of that as well. Mix all of that up, and then take 1 small container of that Chobani unsweetened plain yogurt. It's gonna give you that protein boost like no other, and just a few squirts of that olive oil mayo, which I love that olive oil mayo by Kraft because it's low in calories, cholesterol, and fat. So you're getting the taste without all the mess. I also like a little bit of honey mustard just to give me a zing and a kick without too much sugar. You don't have to add that. You're gonna make this to your taste. But I love it because it's so good for you. And I serve that usually over a bed of lettuce with a little bit of crumbled goat cheese. Or I take one of those wraps and put some in there. And then You can also use one of those romaine wraps. Get creative with it. Decide how you want to eat it, but it's up to you. Next are some quick snack ideas for you. I first love having trail mix of my choice. I like to make my own with peanuts, M&Ms, almonds, pecans, all kinds of stuff. It's easy, it's quick, and it's on the go, so I love it. I also love my low-carb ice cream by Breyers. Love, love, love popcorn. Just a very basic kind, not no movie theater butter. I also love sugar-free candy. Russell Stover's makes great sugar-free candy. I love pairing Chobani or even cottage cheese with fresh fruit or mandarin oranges that are the light version. I love water, but when I get tired of it, I love aloe water, Vita coconut water, the Cascade Ice organic drinks, and the Huber's lemonade diet kind is so delicious. Next up is some healthy dinner ideas. Like I said, the lunch ones can work for dinner, but I tend to do more vegetables for my dinner. So one of my favorites, other than asparagus, is going to be Brussels sprouts. And I love to roast them, and it's so simple and easy. I use extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, and also a little bit of pepper. You start off by just peeling off the yellow or older leaves on the outside of the Brussels sprout. Remember, this can be paired with any meat or any other thing you want to serve it with, but again, I do those vegetables later at night. I then cut those in half, and then I put the halves into a Ziploc bag. Once the bag is full, or I have the amount that I want, I simply open it up and pour over the extra virgin olive oil. I usually do about enough to coat all of the vegetables evenly, but not too much. You don't need a whole lot. I also make sure that I mix those up really good in the bag so that every sprout is coated evenly. I then put on my desired seasonings, which is sea salt, curry powder, or some pepper, and make sure I mix that around the sprouts as well. I then empty all of the seasoned and oiled sprouts onto a baking sheet covered with aluminum foil. Make sure that they're evenly spread across the sheet, and then add a little bit more seasoning if you would like. You're then going to bake these for 30 to 35 minutes on 400 until they're crisp like you want them on the outside. Make sure you flip them over about halfway through baking them. This is what they come out looking like, y'all, and I promise you they are so good. I then just package them up in a container and put them in the refrigerator. I only keep these about 2 to 3 days. You don't really want to keep them beyond that because they start to get really soggy. So switching gears to my next vegetables for dinner that I love to serve are tomatoes with fresh kale and green cabbage. I actually learned this dish from my friends from Kenya and love it. So I just take a little bit of water and a little bit of oil and put it in the pan. And I take my chopped vegetables, yes, you want to make sure you chop down that cabbage and kale especially, and put it in the pan. I then just cook it down. I saute it pretty much. I season it up the way I like. I like a little curry powder and maybe a pinch of salt and pepper, and just continue to cook that down. The great thing about this is that it easily is served alone. You can take a little bit of feta cheese or goat cheese or any low-calorie cheese and put it over the top and eat it by itself because it's going to give you lots of fiber and everything else you need. Or you could be like me and create a quesadilla. I take my low-carb wraps by Mission, and then I just put the mix in the middle that I just cooked up, and then I put a little bit of cheese of my choice on it. And then I just simply let it sit for about 5 minutes, flipping it once, and you good to go. I also like to put just a little bit of sriracha or sauce over top of mine. So here are some of my favorites, and these are things that I'm eating on the daily, and it's keeping my weight off, and it's keeping me healthy, it's keeping me happy. Let me know which one you will try and some videos you'd like to see from me in the future. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace.